I see a lot of content out there talking about basically just do this to get that. Just post content, get that. Just do 100 push-ups, get that. All these things. And I know I only give a couple examples, but there's always this implied piece that's taken for granted. And without it, none of it works. Oh, it's really big in the investment space. Just buy this stock, just buy this crypto, just buy this piece of real estate, just go couch flipping. I mean, all these things. Again, it implies one thing that's never talked about. It's called surplus. And when I'm talking about surplus, I'm talking about an excess of something. It could be time. Ideally, it's money. It's the money piece that always gets me that's never talked about. It could be a supportive spouse. It could be just those things. Let's talk about time, money, supportive spouse, those things. It's never talked about. And it kind of bugs me because I would consider myself, I have to consider myself average. I mean, I'm the average viewer, the average content consumer. A lot of things that are talked about just kind of go over my head. Let's talk about investment. You'll hear about, let's say dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, which is crazy to me. And it's for a whole nother reason. But let's say let's say let's do basic stuff. Dollar cost averaging into a index fund of S&P 500. If you know what I'm talking about, I'm just giving some basic investment advice. That's great. But without an excess amount of cash from your job because you have so much surplus, it doesn't matter how much money you're going to put into it because it's going to take too long for it to grow. Now, if you had 30 years to make it happen, that's your surplus. That 30-year time frame, that is a time surplus. But if you have 10 years, I'm talking like 10 years to retirement, 5 years to retirement, then investing in an index fund over 5 years is not going to give you the payday that you're looking for. That's one example, and it just comes up. But I hear that same surplus idea presented across many different formats. It comes to like, if you want to buy real estate, if you want to buy a business, I think those are the three: stocks, real estate, buying a business. And I mean, they're all great concepts. I mean, the reality is that buying real estate, and I shouldn't say reality, from what I understand, what I've come to believe, the reality of buying real estate is that you end up with cash flow positive, about a couple $100 a month. And for a lot of people, I've heard that I understand the headache isn't worth the $200 a month. So then you stop doing that and you buy stocks, which, okay, this is the whole, I'm getting into the rabbit hole of the surplus of money. But then there's also this idea of the surplus of time. Now, if you have a lot of time, then sure, you can go and do these things, but it's just implied that you have the time, or you'll jump into something just assuming that you have time and then realize, hey, I have to look after my children. I have to keep the house clean. I have to cook. I have to support my wife. I have to make sure that I take the kids to school. I have all my responsibilities at my job because my job is what pays the bills. And this whole thing is really more like a hope, something I'm doing to pass the time, something I'm getting a lot of enjoyment out of. But the reality is I don't know what's going to happen with it. I know that for me, I had to have a come to Jesus moment with myself and just be honest and say, hey, look, we've been at this for years and nothing has ever worked. And now you're starting to do this YouTube thing. And I mean, at the very least, you're producing videos consistently. You're kind of enjoying it. Can we just kind of stick with this for a while? I mean, you're at a point, thankfully, that you're at a point in your career where you do have a little excess money. We don't have to go spending it on everything, every new idea, every venture to get rich. Can we just stick with this for a while? And the answer was yes. And that was something that happened for me. I am fortunate that my spouse is supportive, and I I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that if you have a spouse, I'm going to hope that they're generally supportive in anything that you do. I mean, they're your spouse, they're your significant other, whatever the case may be. But I think what happens is our spouses are reacting to what we've done in the past, meaning we haven't been consistent. So one of the things that I do is I'm consistent. I will produce videos consistently. So, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. There's nothing happening with it monetarily. There's no money in it, but I'm getting better. Look, this is what I'm doing. And there could be like a level of like, okay, well, I see that they're doing something. Even if it goes nowhere, it's something. And because of my financial situation, meaning my job pays the bills, I'm not putting my family in jeopardy. And that's really critical. Sometimes I hear stories, I don't know any personally, but I hear stories of people that will go into ventures and they jeopardize the family. I'm not saying that these are entrepreneurs. I mean, I'm not saying entrepreneurs get a pass, but it's not something that's normally done in their family dynamic. Like everything's going along great, then they decide they're going to go in this venture, everything is left, and it takes the family down. As I'm saying this, I'm remembering that I was that guy who did the venture that took the family down. Another story for another day. I'm just saying I can relate. Okay. So that's something else. The other thing I do is as I'm doing all this is I'm making sure that I am still supportive and present in my family. So like I'm making this video now, my daughter's asleep. I try not to do things where I'm tearing myself away to make things happen. Listen, at some point you got to do what you got to do, but at the same time, understand that the easiest time to have this time leverage, this money leverage is when you're single. As you progress, generally speaking, as you progress through life, you take on more responsibilities. Some people would say it's baggage, but long story short, you have less opportunity to have this surplus without gaining, let's say, income. I think income is probably like the easiest one to point at. If you had a surplus of income, then you can take care of a lot of things that you wouldn't normally be able to take care of. And to be honest, if you were making, let's say, $1 million on your job, you'd probably be like really focused on your job. I mean, you have enough money to take care of all of your bills and have some excess. And you kind of like now your job is paying for your focus. So I'm just saying that to say that that is another example of leverage. And if you don't have leverage, I mean surplus. If you don't have surplus, you have to be really intentional about creating it. Meaning, just do like a assessment of where you are, what you want to accomplish. It could be you want to start your own business. Okay, great. I mean, if you want to start your business, great. Look at what you have around you. What are you responsible for? What are the things that have to be done in order for you to keep everything together? And then do you have enough time? Like when are you going to get to devote to your business or whatever it is? Because the other piece is this: when you're starting off, speaking from experience, nobody believes in you. I mean, I'm not saying your spouse, but people don't believe what you're doing. They may not believe, aside from it, they may not believe in you. They don't believe what you're doing because they've never seen it before. But as you start to have some success and you can show them proof of success or even proof of that you're doing something constructive, that could be enough to kind of turn the tide in terms of people being supportive of what you're doing. I saw it, and a lot of times when you're have success in one area of life, it can move into other areas of your life. So when I was walking or starting to walk initially years ago, we would have family gatherings, and during the family gathering, I would go for a walk just because, okay, I'm not on here, I'm gonna go for a walk. And it wasn't that long before I would be at family gatherings and then family, not my wife, not my immediate family, but like cousins, uncles, grandparents, whatever, would say, "Hey, aren't you taking your walk? Have you come back from your walk?" I mean, it just makes it easier to get things going. And that's something that you will get to as you are intentional in what you're doing. So if you don't have surplus, you can get it. You just have to build it brick by brick. That's what I got for now. Hope you liked it. Thanks.